วัสดีครับ Okay, good morning or good evening, wherever you are. I guess most of you guys are probably in the United States. I do have buddies in Poland, and I have buddies in Australia. Where else? Poland, Australia, Canada, Chile. I guess that's pretty much it. Anyway, let's see. I'm out here doing my thing like I usually do. Another nice day. I got a breeze though in my face. I'm gonna have to go across the river here. I think I'm gonna go to the other side about 1 kilometer up and then ride the shoreline to stay out of the chop. It's just easier to paddle that way. And then I'll cross across and ride the chop on the way back. Have the wind at my back that way, and that'll be easy coming back. Anyway, wow, lots of stuff going on. Did some more information gathering on that that Tonga event. And we've even heard from anybody in Tonga yet. I know New Zealand had sent ships with supplies and relief stuff to Tonga right after the event, but it's a long ways away, so they're probably getting there by now, but just barely. What I thought was interesting is that when I researched the USGS data for the seismic component of the event, the seismic recordation on their seismometer tools and their graphs that they use, the depth at which the event occurred was consistent with missile testing and surface detonation events when the military does testing, or when when road crews do highway blasting, that kind of thing. They have a depth of zero kilometers. Organic geologic events happen at depth. They don't happen at 0 kilometers. So that was a red flag that something was different with this event. Also looked at the actual video footage of people that lived in Tonga. You can hear the blast. It is not consistent with the rumble and ongoing rumble of a volcano. It doesn't sound like a volcano. It sounds like a detonation, which is consistent again with an inorganic event, not a volcano. I also saw satellite feed data with video footage of the area where the volcano was, and just in the upcoming, in the section of video just before the event, you can see an object hit the water. You can see an object that looks like a javelin to me, which would be consistent with say a missile. So those things indicate that it was more than likely a missile test. Let's see who's been testing missiles right up until the event. North Korea was testing their ballistic missile systems. They had several missile tests just prior to the event. They also have a new ballistic missile which is capable of hitting Tonga. What is it, 9,000 something kilometers? Which is consistent with being able to strike the west coast of the United States additionally. So I don't know that they'd waste a a good ballistic missile though on a missile test, but Russia and China might have, and they could easily point their fingers, you know, in the court of public opinion. They could say, no, it wasn't us, it was, you know, obviously it was North Korea. So I think, in my mind, that wasn't a volcano. That was a missile exhibition to show the Western nations that we're not, whoever sent the missile wasn't screwing around. And you've got mass deployment of troops from Britain into the Ukraine to supply arms and ammunition and munitions to the Ukrainian resistance to Russia. Non-stop flights out of their UK air bases. You've got a bunch of amphibious vessels, amphibious landing ships being deployed by both sides, the Russia and the Western allies. And then you've got a naval exercise going on right now with Russia. They've got 140 naval vessels and over 10,000 guys participating. Spain has sent ships into the Baltic. So it's looking like there's become a mass concentration of naval weaponry in that region. And my concern is that a first strike, offensive strike, will be utilized against the entire, certainly the U.S. carrier fleets. And this is something they can do in a matter of, certainly in less than an hour. They can launch a strike against all the carrier groups and certainly immobilize them, probably vaporize them. And then we're out of the game as far as air capability from the sea. Then you've got carrier capability that would kick in. The U.S. would do a second strike, or the U.S. would do a retaliatory strike in that case, probably joined by Britain, Australia, more than likely. And that's when things would get extremely dodgy for the people, more so than just the military. You know, if they did a first strike on our carrier groups, yeah, it'd be a bad deal for sure, but it wouldn't involve the majority of the populace. It would involve soldiers, which are, that's kind of what they signed up for, I guess, was to be in harm's way. But a retaliatory strike, submarine based, into Russia and or China and or Ukraine, or not Ukraine, but and or, there's so many players, Russia, China, North Korea possibly, because all those guys would fire off in short order once the shooting starts, if there's a carrier strike group, or a carrier group strike rather. So things could be really dodgy. What else is going on? Got a warning from a database today indicating that there's been a real big uptick in seismic activity off the coast of Oregon and California, in between about where Redding is in California up to about where Medford is in Southern Oregon. You know, I've got family there that I'm concerned with. I tried to get everything arranged for them. By the last time I visited, I tied down all the heavy shelving and stuff in the house so that if there was a shake, it would be difficult to knock over the stuff on all the shelves and that kind of thing. But you know, if something were to happen, it would take out the roadways. It just seems like we're ripe for a perfect storm. If we have a big seismic event, if you were an enemy of our country and you wanted to inflict maximum chaos in short order, wouldn't you wait until there was a natural event that you could tag onto militarily to really cause the most damage? I think the folks in the Pacific Northwest need to be on their toes. Certainly be ready with basic supplies, medical stuff, flashlights. Taking bird pictures. A way to filter water. A way to heat your home. It's cold over there right now. And if there was a big seismic event, if all that happened was a seismic event, that would be enough. If it was the right kind of event, and we're due for one on the Pacific coast, we're due for one that could incapacitate our roadways and our airports, and it could be a really wild time. So let's hope that all is well, but hedge your bet. Be prepared. I guess that's all I have to say today. It'll be interesting. I know that Putin had given NATO a 48-hour time frame to respond, and I don't to the Ukraine situation, and I think that time has come and gone, and I don't think Corn Pop responded. It's unlikely that he missed the message, although it may have gone over his head. Corn Pop. That's funny. Anyhow. That temple over there. You got a temple over there, and another temple over there, and another temple straight behind me. Yeah, the temples over here are like gas stations and 7-Elevens back home. They're everywhere. Every damn where. Anyhow, that's it for now, guys. Take care and stay tuned. Cross your fingers. Out. Got the tools to do it. 30 years ago they didn't. Now they do. The time is right. Wake up! Good morning.